Now, with all of this, of course, comes the realization that this doesn't come naturally. Disruption is not actually fun. We do not seek out disruption. We do not generally enjoy working for bosses or colleagues who disrupt us. And I think I probably don't need to give you studies proving this. I think just reflecting on your own experience will tell us that this is true for most of us. But there is one really interesting little study that I think speaks to the problem very precisely. This study was conducted by 3 psychologists led by Catherine Phillips of Northwestern University in the United States. And what they did was to gather together small groups and ask them to solve a kind of murder mystery problem. So it turns out these are quite hard problems. So if you give an individual this dossier and 20 minutes, the chance that they'll solve the problem is a bit less than 50%. But if you ask 4 friends to work together on the problem for 20 minutes, they'll do better. Their problem solving rate goes up just above 50%, which is still not great. But the way that Catherine Phillips and her colleagues conducted this study was a randomized trial, where half of the teams of 4 were friends, and the other half were a group of 3 friends plus a stranger. And you can probably guess, given what I've been talking about for the last 20 or 25 minutes, the teams with the stranger did better. But what I found really interesting was how people felt about this experiment. So when Catherine Phillips interviewed them, the people who'd worked with their friends had a nice time. They also thought they'd solved the problem. Whereas the people who were working with a stranger didn't have a good time, but also didn't feel confident that they'd found the right solution. And remember, these teams were doing much better. So that's really extraordinary. I think it speaks to the challenge that we have here. Because you've got a situation where systematically you've shaken the teams up in a way that helps them solve the problem. And first, they don't like it. And second, they don't even know that it's helping.